Hi guys, yeah, it's about Raceroom. It's been a while, and there's a reason for that. I did a video about that. I don't know, 2 months ago, where I really was talking about the problems I have with the simulation. One of the problems was that I didn't understand why they wouldn't bring back the championship series ranked championships like they did last year, and finally they do exactly that. So starting next Wednesday, this is today is Sunday, June 18th. So in a few days, the championship will start, and we are going to look into everything concerning this championship. They did loads of changes. I think all of them, really all of these changes are good and should make it better, should attract more people to it. And first of all, if you haven't raced on Raceroom, never checked out the sim, I would strongly recommend doing so. Starting today, you can just jump in there and test everything, the whole content. There we go, free access June 18th to June 25th. Just hop in there and check it all out. After this week, they will immediately go into a summer sale. So if you like what you saw, what you checked out, there's a great opportunity to buy stuff. That's exactly what I did last year. I already had some stuff from years before, but last year I was really excited about the sim again after all those years, and I just bought everything. It's not that expensive, especially if you use it through the summer sale, but you can just pick a car, tracks, whatever. So I strongly recommend checking it out at least. And if you do so, you could right off the bat start in the ranked championships, because one thing they changed, one of those many things they changed, is that it is still a 4-round season. So we do have 4 races. It is still 3 different series. You can start in the Mazda MX-5 Cup, you can start in the KTM GTX Trophy, and you can start in the GT3 Pro. So we're going to look into all those series in a second. But important to know is, last year you had to decide. Either you did the rookie, it was the Formula 4, the rookie race, or you did the GT3, so whatever. So the whole procedure completely changed. Starting next Wednesday, there is a race every week. Every week on Wednesday, each Wednesday, there is one race. Different servers, if there are many people registering, I hope so, but one race. So starting next Wednesday, they start off with a Mazda MX-5 Cup. So it's only this series. The next Wednesday, on Most, by the way, we're looking into the track selections. The next Wednesday, the thing changes to the KTM GTX Trophy. And the next Wednesday, it changes to the GT3 Pro Series, meaning that you could, if you like to, you could participate in every series. There's no, overlapping of those series. So that's a great thing. Great thing. Second thing that's important, there's no restrictions anymore. Last year you had to have a particular rating in order to get into the GT3 race, for example. They called it the Pro Series. They do it again. it's again the GT3 Pro Series, for whatever reason. There is no restriction, so you could, just go in there. But let's look into the whole thing a bit more detailed. Wait a second. Where did I have it? There we go. So this is the rulebook that you could download if you like to, but we are going to go all over this. What's important at least. So let's start with the series and the cars. I already talked about that. So in those 4 rounds, the first round will be at Autodrome Most. That means every single series is going to race there, which is great because you can start off in the Mazda, get a feel for the track if you don't know it. And I guess many don't know it, really. It's not very famous track. And then, if you like to, you can participate next week in the KTM. And again, it's the same track. Next week then in the GT3 Pro Series again on Most. Most is a track in the Czech Republic, pretty near the border to Germany, not far off from Dresden, Germany. So in between Dresden and Prague, roughly. It's a tiny little village, seems to be nice. Interestingly enough, I will be there, not for a race, but I will be there for other reasons in the region on the border. And I will drive over there to look at the track. Maybe I can do some footage there. Might be interesting, might be not interesting. Who knows? The round 2 will be at Road America. Everybody knows Road America. Round 3 again, peculiar track. Brünn. That's again in the Czech Republic on the southern part. You can look it up. And the 4th round will be at Nordschleife, the VLN layout. So, as I said before, the in-game championship and leaderboards, the way you are registering for those races, you do not, first thing important, you do not have to own the content car track in order to participate on the leaderboard. So that's the first thing. You can just jump right in there on the leaderboards. In the sim, you go to competitions, and there you see the appropriate leaderboards for all those 3 series. You just jump in there, do your laps. You don't have to own the content. At the moment, it's all free to test it out, but after that period, you can go in there, test it out. If you like the car track combo, you just buy it, and then you can participate in the race. It's a smart thing to do, so you can, you know, let the people check it out, and if they like what they see, they can buy the content and participate in this in the race. Great, good move. North America, guess that's it. Asia. Leaderboards open for each round for ±2 weeks during this time. So at the moment, the leaderboard is open for all 3 series for the first round. During this time, everyone can set their fastest lap time. You do not have to own the content again. Okay, talked about that. At the end of the season, the top drivers on the leaderboard standings will receive VRP rewards. VRP is the in-game currency. If you're going to buy content, you can buy it with real money, but you also could buy VRPs on their webpage and then spend it in-game, and I would recommend doing so because you get more for VRPs overall. Tiny little bit more content if you buy VRPs with your money first and then spend it in-game. Prizes. Race confirmation deadline. You can confirm or cancel your participation for each round until the race day on Wednesday. Deadline for each reason is slightly different. For example, in Europe it's noon Central European time. Race days on Wednesday. Each series within the ranked championship will have a race day on Wednesday. If you participate in one series, you will race once every 3 weeks. If you participate in all series, you will race every week. Okay, that's we talked about that. Each formats, that's interesting because the formats differ quite a bit. So the quali length is the same in each series, 30 minutes. Race format in the Mazdas is 3 15-minute races. on each of these, on the second and on the third race, the top 10 reverse grid. And most important, at least for me, it's a fixed setup race. You don't have to bother building your setups. My experience is that in most sims, of course, that's true, but in Raceroom it is true as well. With a good setup, you have a big advantage. Of course, if you know how to build your setups, or if you have people who build it for you, you have a big advantage. So on the Mazda MX-5 Cup, it's a level playing field. So probably for beginners, the most intriguing way to start out. In the second series, the KTMs, it's a sprint race, a 15-minute race, and then a 40-minute race. No reverse grip, important, and open setup. And the third one, the GT3 Pro Series, we have one 60-minute race, and this is the only one with a mandatory pit stop. You can have a pit stop in the other series as well if you'd like to, but it wouldn't make sense really. Maybe on the 40-minute race we have to check, but probably the tires. Fuel, of course, no problem, but tires probably also no problem. And again, it's an open setup. Okay, let's go. Further, grid service and splitting on each race day when the confirmation form for region closes. The ratings and reputations of all confirmed drivers within that region are fetched. So, if you know about the ranked system in Raceroom, this is all self-explanatory. If you are completely new to Raceroom, there's not that much to know, because on new ranked system, it doesn't really, it's not that important because there is no restriction. You know, even if you don't have a rating at all, if you never did a ranked race, you will be able to get into the race. So it is important, though, for the splits. They have an interesting way to get that straight. It's not only about the rating, which is similar to like in iRacing or wherever. It's equally important what your reputation is at the moment. The higher your reputation, so it might be that your rating is pretty low. For example, here, a 1650 rating, much lower than the 1850 for another guy, but your reputation might be higher. Reputation is sort of like a safety rating. Your reputation is higher, 90 compared to 80. That would mean that your overall rating that puts you in the appropriate split might be higher than the guy who has a much higher rating. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. They don't restrict you from participating in the race, but they do acknowledge if you are a safe driver and you get to land in a better split, so to say. For drivers that have not raced on ranked multiplayer yet, so if you don't have a rating at all, the drives will be sorted by their confirmation date, where the first confirmed driver will be placed the highest and placed on separate servers if possible. If possible means if there are enough people registering for the race. So, grid mails with server info will be sent on Wednesday. So you get a mail by them, automated mail, between 2 and 4 in the afternoon in Europe. This is the times for the other regions. Broadcast and highlight videos. Each race day will have one official broadcast on the official Raceroom channel for the top split, obviously, and highlights video on YouTube for the first European server. I mean, it makes sense. It's a European company. They are sitting in Sweden, with strong ties to Germany, whatever. It makes sense that player base probably most of player base is in Europe, so yeah. Drivers are allowed to stream their race. Thank you very much. Broadcasters are encouraged to stream the Oceania and America servers. Okay, the calendars. So here you've got your timetable. The leaderboard opened already for most, of course, and it closes today, tonight, and the confirmation and race day will be next Wednesday. Pick your dates for the race you are interested in. They are here. They put them all together here for all series. Let's go further on. We've got the timetable. It's 4 race days for each region. Again, pick your region. We are going to concentrate on the European part of things. The confirmation deadline 12. As we said before, the grid mails will get to you between 2 and 4. Then the practice servers open at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and for 3 hours. And then the qualification starts. It's a 30-minute qualification, and the race start will be at 8:30 Central European time. That means UK 7:30. Point allocation for championship standings. Each round, the race results for each region will be used to create the championship standings. As the Mazda MX-5 Cup and KTM GTX series have multiple races, we will use the following point system to create the final race results. For the first race of the KTM Bow GTX series, 40% of the points will be used. So they've got their table put together here, where you can look at how it's all calculated, how the points are allocated. Maybe important thing to know, for winning a race you get 40 points, and everybody in the race, even if you crash out in the first corner, you will get a point, at least one. Based on the race results, the championship standings is calculated using the points below. Note, only 5 servers are shown in the table. There is no maximum number of servers. Yeah, that's we look at the server, the split, so to say. This is the top split, second split, third split, fourth split, fifth split. There might be even more splits. We have to wait and see. Hopefully there will be. I mean, it all makes sense if you think about it. On the top split are the best drivers. So in order to what's the English word? Respect that. It makes total sense that on the top split server you get the most points for winning the race. Interestingly enough, on the second split you get 20 points for a win. That is as much as the 15th on the top split will get. So if you are finishing below 15th place on top split, you have less points than the winner of the second split. And that's the idea of the whole thing. They thought that through from server to server. On the third server, on the third split, you get 10 points for a win. On the fourth split, 5 points, and the fifth, 2.5 points. Alrighty. The prizes. Now it gets interesting. Regional championship standings per for each series. The prize pool starts at 49,500 VRPs and is divided over the 3 regions. So, for the winner of a series, for example the GT3 Pro Series, gets the trophy, of course, plus 5,000 VRPs that you can spend whenever you like. So when new content comes out in distant future or near future or whatever future, got to spend your VIPs. It goes down to 10th place with still 500 VIPs. Community goals, unlock additional prizes. The prize pool grows based on the number of drivers participating in the races for each region. In order to count as a valid participant, a driver must show up on the race result. Interesting thing. The more participants, the more the bigger the payout. There's the table. Look at the numbers if you like. I think it's a good thing. It's again, it's a thing that respects the community and should motivate people to even more motivate people. Maybe tell their friends to join in on the races or whatever. I think it's a good thing. Participation bonus, that is probably the most important thing for me, at least, because probably I won't be able to compete for the prizes for the top 10 standings, final standings. That's completely out of question. So this is important for me, or for most people. Participation bonus, an additional amount of 500 VRPs can be earned by participants who race in all 4 rounds of at least one series. That already was the case last year. So that's it motivated me, at least, to do all 4 races and get my 500 VRPs, which I spent on content that came out after the championship. It's a great thing. It's a great motivational thing. It's overall a good idea to respect people who are really, serious about the whole thing and want to show their support and register for the whole series. Great thing. Trophy winners will be contacted for shipping details, blah blah blah. It can take 3 to 10 weeks. I just can say that it worked. In my case, it worked, and I haven't heard from any problems really. So the whole system seems to be working pretty good, and you can be pretty sure that you will get your VRPs. So global leaderboard standings, another thing, the prize pool for the global leaderboard standings depends on the number of participants. So this has nothing to do with the race. It's all about the leaderboards before the race, and they get so you can earn another payout, another VRPs for winning these leaderboards. So it makes sense not only from practicing standpoint to use the leaderboards for your practice, but also from a standpoint to that you might be able to earn some VRPs. It goes down to if there are 1,000 participants, over 1,000 participants, I have to say, if there are over 1,000 participants for this particular leaderboard, it would go down until the 15th place. If there are 2,500 participants on this particular leaderboard, even the 25th in the ranking. Without it, hopefully this will be a big success, and I hope I will be able to participate in as many races as possible. It will be difficult for me because in the summertime usually I'm out as much as possible if the weather is okay, but another good thing is that it's not on Fridays as last year, but on Wednesdays, which is for me, for example, it's much easier to get into these races on a normal work week, in the middle of the work week. Weekends would be a problem for me. So thanks for hanging in there. I tried to get through all the information as thoroughly as possible without being too lengthy about it. Probably was a bit too lengthy, but I did my best. So thanks. See you on the track and have a good one. Cheers.